Yo, what's going on, everybody? What's going on? I hope you're all doing well. Um, so today I'm going to be doing a little more of the same. Um, I'll be ooh, itchy eye. I'll be doing some gesture drawing and then switching over to drawing from imagination. Um, oof. So yeah. So I'll probably spend about 20-30 minutes doing gestures, and then I'll switch over to drawing from imagination. Probably starting next week, I'm going to switch up just a tad. I'll do one day of this kind of fundamental practice, and then I'll do another day of practicing like fundamentals of light and shading, just because I really need to get that done. That's definitely like the weakest point of my work right now. It's bad. It's really bad. So yeah, so that's the plan. So let's go ahead and get started here. Let's do a 4K. I hope y'all are all doing well. And as always, really appreciate all of the support you've been giving me. Make sure to check out our Discord. The link's in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. I think if I'm here, let me see. So down here, down there. Alright. Oh boy. Alright, let me get this gesture stuff going. So one thing that I wanted to say about, because I'm sure y'all are gonna watch me draw from imagination and stuff like that. So it's drawing from imagination, but really it's me drawing from. Oh, I should have waited. Really, it's me drawing from memory. So that's something that you wanna be aware of. Is yeah, it's drawing from imagination, but it's really drawing from memory. Like, I draw things that, oh lordy, sorry guys, the gesture drawing app is being weird. Come on. Oh, that glitched. Sorry, give me 1 second. That is very frustrating. I don't know why it did that. Oops, this is not the correct keyboard. Alright, let's try that again. Alright, so we'll do that. Alright, now I can pull this over here. Alright. Whew. There's a big difference though. Yo, what's up, Coop? There is a huge difference between drawing from imagination and drawing from memory, right? Drawing from imagination means that you're trying to like kind of stitch together something that you've never really seen before, versus drawing from memory is you're taking something that you've seen or you've drawn multiple times before, and now you're going to try to reproduce that without looking at a reference. Yeah, and there's a huge difference. Alrighty. So let's get started. Coop, I hope you're doing well. Hope you had a great day. Ooh, I haven't done this one in a while. Alright. I actually forgot that this gesture existed in my little book. Or in my little reference folder. It's wild. It's been that long since I've drawn this one. Fantasia, hello. Welcome to the stream. Appreciate you joining. Hope you're having a great day. DJ, what's up? That's one done. Yeah, I know. It's been pretty crazy, man. Like, you're okay, DJ. What do you use to stream? Oh, I use OBX. It's free. If I use for a camera, I use an old iPhone, and there's this app called VDO Ninja, and that allows you to use your iPhone or any camera phone actually without having buying something crazy, because it's free. And then I have just this regular. I need to get a new mic because this mic's kind of garbage, which I'll probably do at some point. But I just use this regular mic that I bought off of Amazon or something like that a long time ago. Oh, I just now realized this is playing the same song over and over again. So yeah. Yeah, the growth has been I can't believe it, to be honest with you. It's been wild. To be honest with you, the way that we're growing right now, I don't see there being any possible way that we don't hit 1K between now and December. To be honest with you, the way that we're growing, we'll hit 1K before the end of this month or next month, which is just it's just nutty to me. I don't know, I was sitting here, I was thinking for a long time, and you know what, it could, maybe something happens and we don't get pushed on that algorithm that much or whatever, and I don't hit 1K until maybe this time next year. I wouldn't even I can't be disappointed. It's been wild, the amount of growth that we've had. Sorry guys, give me 1 second after I do this figure drawing. I will, or gesture I should say, I'll look at the chat. Alright, let me check the chat out. Y'all are good. I don't mind. Yeah, Coop, I agree. It does, like, it took me years to get to 200. Like, I think I didn't get to 200 until like 3 or 4 years down the road or something like that. This, like, growth has been basically within the last, you know, month or whatever. Or not month, but probably like 4 months is where my growth has been. Went from like 300 subs to almost 800 in 2 months' time or something like that. I see your question, Coop. I will get to it in a second because I need to figure out this setup again because it's like difficult for me to see everything while I'm drawing. Alright, I'll pause it really fast. Mike, what is your opinion on people? It just depends. Sometimes I love people and sometimes I hate them. uh, sorry, I'm having difficulty sparsing out which ones y'all are just talking to each other and me. Like, I don't know, I can't lie, me searching up your video was fate, everything was sad after that. I'm guessing that was for me. But yes. Yeah, and to be honest with you, y'all are, I mean, I'm not kidding when I say y'all are kind of the reason why the channel has been blowing up, because my live streams actually were the things that kind of caught people's attention. For whatever reason, YouTube pushed it, people watched, and that's where a good portion of my subs have been from. 2 of my videos recently have been doing really well, but like my video this past Sunday is, I mean, yeah, Saturday has been okay, but my live streams are the things that are doing the best. Yeah, I mean that's what I mean though, right? It's y'all's motivation's the thing that has helped and kind of kept me doing the live streams. The hard work and effort that I've put into my drawing and stuff like that is the reason why people would click on it afterwards. But without having that motivation to actually stream and stuff, that would have never happened. Mm. It's not quite enough. I think that this way. Alright, this didn't come out great, but it's not horrible. What's up, Oink? So we got... Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, 100%. Coop. That comment you said about needing fans to push content. Yeah, if I don't have people that regularly come in, YouTube's not going to push it. So that's why I say, like, y'all are... The fans are what drives the success. Or at least pushes the success to happening faster. And then my skills, or whatever you want to call it, because I'm not, like... I wouldn't say at this point I'm, like, super skilled yet. Getting there. But skills is what keeps people coming back. That and, obviously, my awesome personality. And then dedication all around. Like, there was a few times I almost quit doing YouTube, but you gotta keep on it, because you never know. That one was a little sloppy. let's see here. I did not see what happened. Sorry, let me pause this. Oh. I'm gonna trust my mods if you thought it was inappropriate. Oh. Yikes. Oh. I'm sorry, Oink. Hey, Gibson. Good morning. I'm not going to ask what time it is where you're at, but it is not morning here. It is afternoon, or evening, I should say. Hope that you're doing well, Gibson. Oops. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sorry, Oink. At least Coop knows now the power of the mute. I don't even know how to pronounce that, and I also don't really know what it means. So does that have a meaning? Like, I feel like I'm being baited, and I love y'all, but I don't trust you. At least not with those kinds of things. That reference is like a massive splash page, so I didn't really know what to do with it. I need to get rid of that one. So I just did 2 upper bodies as quickly as I could. This gesture is not good. Not a fan of this one. All right. Oh wow, that went by quickly. Alright, so these are the spoils of war for today. I actually like this one. That one came out pretty fluid looking. Alright, let's see what we got. Yeah, Sorry, Link, you were a little bit of a test subject. Nah, can't do it, guys. So what I should probably do is I should probably do imaginative practice and then afterwards add from imagination, add the anatomy to it, and then correct afterwards. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'm just getting my timer. So I'm gonna quickly switch the chat window to be on the other side. And then I'll make the timer on this side. Not doing it. Y'all have given me PTSD. Alright. So, alright, sorry, I gotta think a little bit. What gesture do I want to do first? Oh boy. Not really sure what that means, Coop. I don't know what you mean by that. Alright. Alright. Since this one popped into my head, I'll do it first. I have PTSD from that. Alright, so I have the gesture in my head, so let's... Yes, I am. Fantasia, some imaginative gesture drawing. Alright, let's go. Let me see if this is this way. Let's do this way. Alright, so I'm out of time. Let me check something really fast. Yeah, that's what I thought. So this is a kind of edit that I don't mind doing after my timer goes up, only because I'm not editing too much. The body's already there. The reason for the timer is to make as fluid of a drawing as I possibly can. from imagination. So that's a little better. Alright. I don't think... Oh, thank you, Fantasia. I appreciate that. So I don't think that this is exactly accurate to the reference that I had in my head. I think that the gesture that I'm thinking of, this leg's actually goes out like this, but let me check. It's not that big of a deal because it still somewhat works. Let me see here. Yeah, that's funny. I was right. So, the gesture does have her leg. Oh, I see. Okay. I did a lot wrong in this gesture, actually. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull this gesture away, and I'm going to draw it now that I just watched or looked at it, and see if I can memorize it a little bit better. And I'll do this until I get it about right. So the body is actually facing more towards us than I originally had. This shoulder is up while this one's slightly down. And then so this, I think this hip is also up then. It almost has to be, because this is the leg that is straight. And then no. I think that the gesture, I think it pinches on this side. So that would mean that the pelvic area is going up this way. So we get this and then this. That makes more sense anyways. So then get this, and then this leg is coming here. And then we're going to get this slight bow here and the foot here. This one is going to come down straight. Alright, so it'll come down straight, and then this foot is going to be foreshortened towards us a little bit, while this one is slightly back. This does need to be rotated this way just a bit. And now I can go through and do this arm. And then this arm can come down. See, this is the issue when you start to do things from imagination. This is really stiff looking. This isn't a very good gesture. It's like crooked as far as the balance is concerned, and it's stiff. So let me look at the reference again. So yeah, so let me do the gesture for this one really fast so y'all can see. So this is why you don't do things from imagination and just stop there until you get really, really good at it, because this is what the gesture actually is. Sorry, my head's just a little too small. So I'm gonna do this, and I need to lengthen the neck just a bit. This arm needs to come out a little more. All right. You see how different these two are? And let me do one more thing, sorry. This leg, the ankle needs to be over top of stacks on the shoulder. Alright. So that's a little better. But you see how different these two are? Like, it's very, very different. And it's because I'm trying to do something from imagination and I'm not recalling it correctly yet. So that's how you learn how to draw from imagination. You think about the pose after you've drawn it a few times before. Then you go back and you try it. And then after you try it, you look at the pose again and you correct. Or draw it again. That's what I did earlier. I did this iteration, then this iteration, and then I decided I needed to look for the entire thing. So now I'm going to think of another pose. Oh, I have one in mind. Let me reset the timer. Alright, so this pose is going to be a little tricky, but it's really dynamic, and it's like a squatting pose, so no, it's more so the back. And you get here. This knee goes down. This knee comes up. And then this leg goes back. I think this leg's a little too far up, so I'm gonna pull that down just a bit. Knee here. I think this lower leg goes back somehow, like this maybe. And this heel. Alright. And then you get shoulder here. The shoulder I think is a little further out, like in here. So I ran out of time, but I'm okay with continuing because I haven't lost any of the fluidity in my drawing. I think that the only thing that I want to change here is I want to bring this shoulder forward and make everything go down a little, just a little bit. Like I think I want the hand to be like in here. So this is here. And then I need to pull this down more. Alright, so let's see. I think one more thing I'm going to change real fast is this. Alright. So let me find this reference. This one wasn't too bad. This side over here is where I messed up this time. Over here. And it's just slightly. So really the only thing that needs to happen is I need to pull this knee up just a bit. Actually, let me get 100 in. Okay. This elbow's stopping here, and this is about where okay. So that's really the only change I think that needed to be made. So that was a pretty good one. That one I'm pretty close to having memorized. So that's good. All right. That's good. This pose is from One Punch Man. But it is kind of a Spider-Man pose. Yeah, Link, that's really good. Yeah, you know, the thing too is, like, you don't have to worry about things being perfect. It's just that you want them to be as accurate as you can. Yanni, that's a difficult question to answer. I don't know if there's like you don't really just move on from drawing the structure of the head. That's something that just becomes like daily practice. I've drawn heads, so you know there's two different ways, and I have videos on it, but you can draw heads in a bunch of different ways. And I don't really know how to answer that question because, like, I don't want to discourage you, but it's kind of like a lifelong thing. Like, the only time you should move on from drawing structure of a head or structure of anything is when you can draw without like having to use guidelines, because you'll always imagine that structure. Like, that's when you'll know that you don't have to do the structure anymore. Like, I'm at this point now where I can kind of do this. And just draw in facial features from here. Versus, like, I don't have to do this, this, and then have like that in and do this, and then drop this down and have it here, and then measure it out, do that, and then add my neck. Like, I don't have to do all that anymore, but I honestly, like, I wouldn't be able to tell you how many heads I've drawn. Like, I filled up countless sketchbooks with heads. Countless. Like, pages, I mean, just page after page of doing heads. And I also do them like this, too. if I'm having like a really difficult time with the perspective. Like, I have this cube method in my back pocket that I just need to round out when I'm done, but oops. And as you can see, all three of these heads are a very similar view, right? I mean, it's not exactly the same. Like this one's tilted this way slightly more. These two are probably the most similar, but it takes. It's not. Yeah, it's just. Sorry, I know that I went on a little bit of a rant, but like for instance, even Oink saying like it's been a week and a half and he's still learning. Like, you will constantly learn something new as you go into anatomy. Like, if you practiced head structure every day for like a month and a half, you'd probably have a good idea of what to do, and you probably wouldn't have to just continue just straight practicing it. But I wouldn't recommend doing that because you'll burn yourself out. Spend 5-10 minutes every day drawing maybe 3 to 5 heads, and then you up that amount until it becomes easier for you. But yeah, that's like a lifelong thing. That's not a bad. I know this is gonna sound crazy. It's not a bad thing. That's the exact same thing that I went through. Like, I was like, oh my god, like I'm doing all this practice and I feel like it's getting worse. I'll give you like a few words of advice. The first one is don't practice heads at like this angle. Like, don't practice these angles all the time. Um, just the reason for that is because like for instance, or this angle. That's a little rough. Like, don't practice these kinds of angles all the time. I think people do that a lot because they see people who have a really good idea of the structure of like a head, and they see people drawing these for their practice, and they're like, oh man, if I want to be able to draw heads really well, like I need to be able to draw these crazy looking angles, right? And that's just not true. Practice just your like, I did a video on this as well, but practice your front view, your side view, your 3/4 view, and keep them all like within like this plane here. Let me see here. Side view is kind of hard to do in a. Like, you want to keep them here. Yeah, and how often, like, I don't know exactly what you want to do your art, like, where your art goals are, like, leading you to, but the odds that you're going to draw these kinds of views without a reference, for instance, and that was going to be the next thing I was going to talk about, but the odds of you drawing these kinds of views on a consistent basis without reference and needing to continuously do that is very low. Um, get good at like these angles where like this would be a side view, like with the the nose coming this way. And then I would say if you want to do tilts, yeah, I was gonna say join the Discord. You can submit your art and stuff. I'll give you some feedback. As we get more and more people, just so y'all are aware, I'll probably only give feedback like once a week. I mean, right now it's really just Oink. But as more and more people join the Discord, I won't give as much feedback anymore. Like probably just be once a week. Just for time's sake, I like to be thoughtful and I want to be as helpful as I can. But yeah, so what I was going to say is the next angle that I would recommend is just the slight, like 3/4 angles. Not just 3/4, sorry. But the angles that are just slightly from above or below. So as you can see, this is as if the camera was facing this way, and then you can also do here. I'll do it in Loomis method this time. Like this doesn't seem like it's on much of an angle, but it is because the camera's like there, right? But there's a huge difference between this and this, right? It's still the same kind of angle that you want to do, like because this is still a below angle, but it's just a little bit more subdued. You're more likely going to draw this. And also, like, the issue with drawing these kinds of angles, too, is the focal point of your drawings are always the face, right? You always want to draw attention to the face. These angles, just by sheerly what perspective they're in, are obscuring a good portion of the face. So now you've taken a drawing that could be fantastic with a slightly better angle of the face, and you kind of pulled that back a bit just to try to be dynamic. Now, when these angles are good is when you're using the yes, that's also true, Oink. But when the angles are good for this is when you have an extremely dynamic body pose, and that is the thing that you want to get through to your audience, right? But for the majority of the time, your bodies are going to be in views like I've been practicing, right? So, yeah. Alright, I'm going to open up another page. Alright, let's... Oh, and always use reference when you're learning. So if you do want to do a pose, like a head pose that's like this right here, make sure you have, like I have this little guy with me at all times. If I have a pose like that, what's up, Pat? Welcome, welcome. If I have a pose like that, I'll take my little figurine and I'll do this, and I'll hold it up. So for instance, I can do that right now. So I'll hold it up, and I'll do my Loomis method. In this view, I can actually see a bit of the bottom of the chin. can see the mouth. You can't really see too much of the lower lip, so the majority of this is the bottom. Yeah, no problem. So now I'm gonna get in, you know, this back eye cavity. You don't see much of that. You get a whole bunch of cheek here. This rounds down. The chin's here. Get something like that. This goes back in space this way and then up. Get the keystone in here along with the eye socket, and then you'll get let me see something here. This needs to come further out. So just like that, right? So I've gotten my reference. I know that this is at least semi-accurate. And does it look better than this one over here? I mean, it's the same exact angle, right? But it looks better because it's me using a reference, right? And stop allowing people to make you think that using reference is cheating. It's not. Using reference is what you need to do in order to get better. Without a reference, you don't learn. I don't know what that is, Oink. I'm sorry. So I can't say yes or no to that. Sorry, I wanted to finish out the ear. So yeah, practice these angles here, like these kinds of angles, and then you know, then when you want to challenge yourself, and when you challenge yourself with those hard angles, you're using reference, and you don't make the majority of your studies those angles. Make the majority of your studies the other angles that you're going to use all the time. All right, let me think of my next pose that I want to do. All right, so I did that one. I did that one. That one's in my head a little better now, actually. Oh, that's cool. I have no idea. To be honest with you, I try when I'm watching like YouTube and stuff like that. I typically only watch like gaming stuff just because I don't want my whole entire day to be art. I like to be able to be refreshed when I come and start to draw here for y'all. The only other artist channel that I really watch frequently would be Mark Brunet's artist channel, because his art's beautiful and he's also my instructor. And he also has a super successful channel. So, all right. Sorry. Let me think of a pose here. All right. So this is mostly upper body. Actually, no. Let me think of a full body pose. Don't want to fall into that trap of just doing upper body stuff. Let me think here. Alright, I think I got one. Alright, do I? Yeah, okay. Oops, forgot to start my timer. Yeah, you gotta give yourself a break. You don't want to burn yourself out with your art. Yeah, if y'all are watching, make sure to leave a like. How about the channel? Alright, did I start it? Okay, yeah, I did. So her shoulders are kind of up. And then I remember her legs are... Her legs, oops. Kind of go back just a bit and then forward. And they are together from what I remember. She's slightly off balance, so I will fix that. I honestly can't... Oh, her arms do this, like, cross thing. I don't know what the highest amount of people on the stream were at once, to be honest with you. Alright, so my timer is up. Oh, I already know one thing that needs to be changed here, and that is the rotation here is back a bit, and then also the head. Rotation of the head is forward a bit. See, this is why, too, that I try to keep myself on a timer even when I'm doing stuff from imagination. Just because if I don't, it'll get stiff, and you don't want that. So let me look. Let me find this one. It's here. The body's fine for the most part. The shoulders need to plop up a bit more here, and this other one's actually popping over, and then actually the head's wrong, so her head is like this actually. It's too much tilt. We'll probably break her neck. Alright, I would say that was a light corrections. I would say that was a pretty decent one for me. I'm going to guess it's about drawing organic shapes such as thighs and arms. I'm going to guess what is about that. Drawing from imagination? Or... Alright, so my next one. I think what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start like... Okay. Let me go up in here. Alright, so now let's get Alright, let's try this standing 3/4 pose from imagination again. I don't know what video I'll make. It's a good question. Alright. here, here, and okay. So there's that. Her hips need to be tilted forward. Say the horizon line is here. So this part will be, all right. Oops. Oh, I forgot to put the timer on. I don't know if this is new. Kessa, what's up? How's it going? I hope that you are having a lovely day, or night, or morning, wherever you are. You know what I could do? I could do a video on thinking in 3D. And welcome to the stream, as always. Thank you so much for joining. Alright, so one thing I'm already seeing just from the thumbnail is this foot's gonna come towards us a little bit, but other than that, I think that this shoulder could come back just slightly. And other than that, though, I think that's a fine reference. I mean, yeah, this looks fine. So if I'm thinking about this in here, it would be something like that. Well, that's definitely a step that you'll want to take. It's probably something I should start practicing more too. Like for instance, like taking something like this egg shape and thinking about contour lines of the egg shape. Maybe even because it's gonna help you with your shading later on. Taking Kuzumari has a great video on this actually, like fantastic video. He did a really good job teaching this. But taking like shapes like this give you money for what? So you can pay me? I don't know what the purpose is of that. I can just keep my money. But stuff like this is super helpful to practice. and like overlaps and stuff like that. Alright, next from imagination, let me think here. Oh, I know which one I want to do. I do appreciate that though, Coop. I know I'm being a little bit of a clown. Where's my mouse? Alright, yes, okay. No. Honestly cannot remember what happened with this arm over here in the reference, but let's check it out. Ooh, this does not look bad. Oops. Oh, I was almost right with that other arm. So this arm, everything else looks pretty good. I see another spot that I got pretty wrong. So this arm's doing that, and then this leg, a little off. So this leg actually comes down a bit, and then up, like this. And her shoulder goes like that. Okay. I am pretty proud of that because that was a difficult pose. So I'm cool. I'm cool there. I'll minimize. Tomorrow I will be drawing heads for 2.5 hours. That's a long time to draw heads. I already have it planned. If you're going to do that, I would recommend, make sure you're using reference. I would recommend doing a 10-minute break with do a, what would that be, like four or five 20-minute sessions with 10-minute breaks in between, just to give yourself a little bit of time to rest, because you learn while you're drawing, but your brain retains that information during the rest time. So that rest is really important. Alright, alright, what's the next one that I want to do? Oh, that's good. That's good, yep. Trying to think of what I want to do next for a. I don't know what to do for a pose next. I'm having a brain fart. Man. All right. After I do this one, I will take one request. I can't remember how her legs were. Oh man, I just like brain farted on like the whole pose. I can't remember any of it right now. I remember her legs. I want to say that her legs go out like this. Oh no, I can't remember. Alright, let me think of another pose since I can't really remember this one. I don't know why it just totally escaped me. Okay, I got one. So this pose doesn't actually have feet in it, but we can add it. Just gonna pull the knee up just a bit. Forgot to do the timer again. That's okay. Alright. Oh man. This one came out good. I actually exaggerated the pose more than what was in the reference, but man, this one came out pretty good. The only thing I got wrong was this arm here, and I should have just did what I was thinking to do. Just needed to go like this. But and this arm needs to be at a sharper angle up. But man, that came out pretty good. Like I did the right accentuation of different body parts and stuff. All right, so do we have a request? How many? Wait a second, before I do a request, sorry, let me check to see how many. Oops. I did one because this was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that enough? Yeah, I think that's fine. Hey, 10 likes. Thank you for the 10 likes. Appreciate it. All right, do we have any requests? If not, I'm gonna do Cowboy Bebop. I will do Spike from Cowboy Bebop. I'm gonna give it until 9:31 my time. So that's 2 minutes to get in your request. And while we wait, I will do one more of these from Imagination. Yeah, let me do this one. I'm on the east coast of the United States. I can already see one thing I'm doing wrong here, so let's correct this. Oops, jeez, just folded this poor woman's body in half. I am going to minimize this a bit. And I'm actually gonna yank her head up too, because I didn't like the way her head was posed. Okay. let me pull this up just a bit more. I want to get this other foot in here. Alright, I think I might have did this one earlier. I did. So y'all can see. Jeez, it's not bad, man. This is the one that I just did. From Imagination. So we can do a side-by-side comparison here. So that's with reference here. And this is without reference. It's not bad. I'm pretty proud of myself for that. Just a slight change that I would make to the one with without reference is this leg, of course. And I was struggling with it. And the reason why is because I wasn't remembering it correctly. Which is fine. So I would just tilt it this way, and then I would take this ankle and tilt it. So that was not bad at all. I will take that. Alright, so let's do a quick spike from Cowboy Bebop. Oops, I keep doing that. Let's do. Oh man, I always forget how much I love Cowboy Bebop's like art style. I wish I could consistently draw this way. Alright, give me 1 second. I'm just gonna put my reference over here so I can see the chat as well. Alright, so I'm just gonna do I'll do the upper body, I guess. Nah, I'll do the head. Maybe if I want to do the upper body, I will. Because it's on the, well, it's 9:35. Alright, so. Max is making his way in, guys. Alright, his brown line in this view goes slightly above the ear, and the nose line goes slightly below. Then we get this. What's up, Max? Guys, y'all want to see Max for a second? He looks like he wants to go on stream. Come on, bud. Come on. Want to say hi? Come here. Come here. You want to say hi to everybody? If you want to say hi, you can come over. I'm not going to chase you. Okay. Sorry, guys. He does not want to say hi. He looked at me. He wants to play is what he wants to do. Come on. Up. Up. Come on. Up. Up. Good boy. Oh. You can do it. There you go. Whew. All right. For those of you who haven't met Max, here's Max. Yep. This is my best friend. He's a good pup. He's been very good today. Haven't you, Bubs? Haven't you? Alright. Need to get you a haircut, buddy. Alright. He likes to be held like a child, so there's that too. Alright, buddy, you ready to go back down? Alright. Go see Mommy. I'll be done in a bit. Go see Mommy. Where's Mommy? There he goes. Alright. Max, go lay down in your bed, buddy. Go lay down in your bed. Alright, let's get in this. Alright. Alright, I'm pretty happy with this head shape. So that means we can go to a different layer. Ow, got like a stitch. The heck? Ah, that doesn't feel great. It's from picking Max up. Alright. Alright, so I'm gonna take this and put it on another layer, and then go here and erase, and then come back. Alright, so let's get in the overall head shape. Alright, and then we get news. It's going to follow this line. And then we get a point here. It's a little too high. Or I should have said low. So that's what I meant. A little too low. So we'll get this. This goes up. Get a pretty dark line here. Then we get another lighter shadow there. I forgot to finish the head shape, but that's okay, because the rest of that is hair anyway. Aha! Got a rhyme in there. Ooh. I'm like cramping. Let me get that checked out. Alright. Nah, he came and jumped in on stream for a second, and then he's been fine since.
We've gone out 2 times. He doesn't need to go to the bathroom, but he keeps coming up to me, and I threw his ball a couple times, but he keeps like being like, And I'm like, I don't know what you want. Leave me alone. So, and he ran over here, and I wasn't sure if he bothered you or not.
Nah, he's fine. Does he have his bone? Yeah, he has his bone.
Yeah, he's got all this stuff. He's just being a dick. I'm like, leave me alone, dude. Alright. That was really good, by the way. I finished watching it.
What was?
Miss Marvel.
Oh, okay. I have to check it
So,
out.
I don't know what you saw, but they're wrong.
Yeah. Alright. Alright, so we got that. Something I'm gonna slightly switch up is his chin's a little bit, his jaw is a little bit wider than what I have. So I'm gonna change that. Then go here, right at the nose, up, brow line. Okay. So that's all good. This is going to overlap here. Neck. Cool. So that part's done. He has... Yeah, Shannon was watching Miss Marvel. Alright, so I think I can zoom in a bit more now. I like to be able to use my arm when I'm drawing like eyes and stuff like that because they're so important. So I think this is probably a good spot. Alright, here. It's looking a little derpy. I think that's because this brow is a little lower. So I can do that. And I think this eye is actually a little bit more foreshortened than what I have it. Let me think here. I think I could pull, yeah. Could pull that in a bit. Had that a little too wide. It is wider than an eye's length in this reference. It's like Spike's eyes are like almost two eyes lengths in between. Yeah, I think that a lot of people didn't necessarily like it too much, but Shannon liked it, so. Alright, the last thing I'm gonna do here is just pull all of this up just a touch. Just a touch. Alright, so that's that. Alright, so now I can focus on the hair. I need to just get a general shape in. Alright. Alright, so I got that shape in there. And now it's just getting in strands outside of this shape. And I can show you, I think, the reference that I used for this, just so y'all can see what I was drawing off of, because it's just right online. Let me see something. Okay. Excuse me, I was just checking the proportions that I had for his hair. Didn't want them to be too long. By them, I mean his hairs. Oops. Alright. Not going to worry about his arm and stuff like that, but I will get ready to show y'all the what I was copying in just a sec. Could probably pull, yeah, I'm going to do that. Made his neck just slightly too long. So we'll pull that down just a bit. That feels a little bit better. Make sure I have that overlap there. This can be yanked up a bit. Alright, so let me find, I have it on my other computer, but it shouldn't be hard to find. It was one of the first images that popped up. Sorry, let me 1 second. I'm seeing something here. His nose curves outward just a bit, and I do think yeah, his face can go a little higher, so I'm gonna do that. Alright, let me find this reference on here for y'all real fast just so you can see it. Spike. Oops, I keep doing that. So that was the reference that I was using, and that's what I got. I probably just needed to elongate the head just a bit more, but it's not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, that put us right at 10 o'clock for me. So I will be jumping off. But so next week, my streaming schedule is going to have to be a little different. Because I'm leaving to go to Florida on Thursday in the morning, so I won't have the opportunity to stream on Thursday. So next week I'm thinking I'm gonna do either Monday, Tuesday, or Monday, Wednesday for streaming. I'll keep y'all in the loop and make sure I do a community post about that. But I appreciate every single one of you for. I mean, if you've subbed in the past couple of months, I mean, just in general, if you're a subscriber, I really appreciate you. And I appreciate you hopping on and being a part of the stream. And yeah, if y'all have any like video requests, make sure in my next video that I'll post this weekend to tell me in there. Or you can join our Discord. We have a section for video requests in there. I'd be more than happy to get that to you. But yeah. I'm going to jump off. Again, thank every one of you for being on here. I hope y'all have a fantastic night, and I will see you in the next video. Peace. And thank you, Coop. Appreciate it.